In these examples, we are trying to translate equations into real life situation or statements and statements into equations. So first few examples I will do with you where we'll have a linear equation in the form of y equals to mx plus b, and we will translate into a statement. Let's see how it goes. So here we have a linear equation y equals to minus 0.4x plus 9.2, which models student's distance y in meters from home after x seconds. So first let's try to understand this equation. Let's say this is student's home. Now if x is 0, let's say x is 0, then y is 9.2. That means the student is 9.2 meters away from home, correct? So let's say this is home and that is the student, and the distance between the two is 9.2 meters. So that is the distance of the student from the home. Now minus 0.4x, minus is the rate of change. So rate of change of distance with time, that is speed, correct? Rate of change of distance with time is speed. Minus means if I write some value of x, this will be negative, and when you add to 9.2, it will be lesser. That means the student is approaching home. That means student is walking towards the house. Every second, the distance is going to decrease by 0.4 meters, correct? So we can say this student is walking at the rate of 0.4 meters per second towards home. Do you understand? Towards home. They are approaching, and therefore the distance is decreasing. So that is how you have to understand the equation. Now, well, we have understood. Let's move on and answer the questions. Write a walking description statement for the given equation. So, as I was saying, we can write a description as the student started 9.2 meters away from the house and walked towards the house at a speed of 0.4 meters per second. So that could be a walking description for this given equation, correct? So let me write it down for you. So we say student, we can name a student, right? But anyway, in general, we say student started. That is the initial distance, okay? 9.2 meters from house and walked at a speed of, that is the speed, slope, the rate of change, 0.4, and the units are meters per second, towards house, correct? So with time, distance is going to decrease, and that is why this is minus here. So that could be a description statement for the given equation, correct? Now let's go to part B. It says determine student's distance after 10 seconds. So let's plug in 10 for x and calculate the value. So we get y equals to minus 0.4 times 10 plus 9.2, right? So which is minus 4 plus 9.2, and that gives us 5.2 meters, correct? So student is 5.2 meters away from home after 10 seconds. So that's what it means, correct? So we see that with time the distance decreases since the student is approaching towards the house, right? And that is the reason why in this equation the rate of change speed is with negative sign, correct? So I hope you understand and appreciate it. Thank you, and let's move on to the next example.